Hi there and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. Dolores Catania is creating a stir by admitting she might have been mistaken about Teresa Giudice. Yes, you heard that correctly. But that's just the start. Melissa Gorga isn't holding back her praise for Teresa in a way that only she can. Meanwhile, tensions are rising, with some Real Housewives stars making appearances at Dolores's charitable softball game while others opted out. Rachel Fuda is calling out Teresa's alleged friendships, and Teresa has a response of her own. Brace yourself for what promises to be a wild ride. Dolores's potential misjudgment about Teresa left fans stunned, especially after a dramatic fallout between Dolores, Margaret Josephs, and Teresa's husband, Luis Ruelas. Margaret claims she invited Dolores to a notorious season 13 gathering where the women allegedly discussed being investigated by Luis. Dolores, however, denies this ever happened, and addressing Dolores's loyalty or honesty is like playing with fire. Dolores is on the brink of an explosive reaction, and you definitely don't want to be caught in the crossfire. In a juicy extended cut from the Real Housewives of New Jersey special on Peacock, Dolores finally spills the beans about the supposed Luis takedown meeting. The room where Margaret, Rachel, Melissa, Danielle, and Jen watched the finale was filled with laughter and light-hearted moments, unlike Teresa's room, which was reportedly a tenfold spectacle of drama. Teresa mentioned the relentless tension between her and Luis, pointing out that someone allegedly reached out to her in 2021, claiming he was oppressive. Teresa hadn't addressed this before and questioned how her ex could know what Luis was doing if they weren't allowed to speak to each other. Dolores downplayed the incident, stating that the other side didn't care about the meeting and no one ever brought it up. Melissa and the others initially didn't get it, but Dolores then dropped a bombshell: she hadn't watched the show yet. Admitting she was behind on her own show is one thing, but confessing it while facing a difficult situation is a bold move. Dolores's honesty about being out of the loop is refreshing, though she also admitted she wasn't used to this kind of drama and might not be cut out for it. Dolores's admission raises the question of why Jackie didn't face any issues at the disclosure event. Despite meeting with Luis's ex, Teresa holds a grudge against Jackie, yet Jackie got a pass. Teresa remarked that Jackie wasn't a friend, which is why she was allowed to do it. Teresa herself didn't know who leaked the champion video and was unsure if it was meant for public viewing. She was skeptical of Jackie's claims and didn't believe she had a part in them. Teresa also mentioned that the video's intent was unclear and questioned if it was meant for public consumption. As for the season finale, Melissa Gorga was living her best life in Italy, far from the Jersey drama. However, now that she's back, she's ready to dive into the chaos from the last episode, which got quite messy. Melissa spent the season avoiding her sister-in-law, Teresa Giudice, but their confrontation during the finale was inevitable. Things reached a new low when Teresa called Melissa a whore right in front of her. The standoff was cringe-worthy, with insults flying freely. Melissa and her husband, Joe Gorga, spilled all the tea on their podcast, where they criticized the cast's behavior. Joe didn't hold back, lamenting the show's toxic energy and expressing disappointment in how things had unfolded. Melissa admitted she was deeply offended by Teresa's comment but managed to move past it. She was shocked at first, but she realized that's how things were ending. In a mic drop moment, Melissa declared that Teresa's hurtful words would be the last she ever heard from her. The drama extended to the cast dynamics, with Joe and Melissa calling out the show's negative energy and questioning the future of the cast. The big question is where things go from here. Melissa is unsure if there's a future for the current cast, given the year's drama. She's committed to fighting for her family and doing what's right, but she's uncertain about the show's future with the current group of ladies. Despite the chaos, there's still a sense of camaraderie that's almost tangible. Last year, Melissa felt optimistic about reconciling, but now it seems like there's no turning back. The ongoing drama surrounding the Real Housewives of New Jersey has taken another twist, especially with Dolores Catania's surprising admission. Dolores has shaken things up by suggesting she might have been wrong about Teresa Giudice. This unexpected confession is just the beginning of the drama that's unfolding. Melissa Gorga, known for her no-nonsense attitude, has been vocal about her stance on Teresa. She's been cheering Teresa on in a way only Melissa can, and while tensions are undeniably high, the drama is escalating. The recent softball game organized by Dolores for a charitable cause saw appearances from several Housewives stars, although some notable figures were missing from the event. Dolores's annual event, meant to blend fun with philanthropy, saw participation from Margaret Josephs, Rachel Fuda, Danielle Cabral, and Chanel Ayan, all of whom came to support Dolores. However, Teresa Giudice and Melissa Gorga were conspicuously absent, opting for a European escape instead. The absence of these two was a topic of conversation among fans and cast members alike. Meanwhile, Rachel Fuda hasn't shied away from voicing her displeasure with Teresa's alleged insincere friendships. During an interview on an augmented reality podcast, Rachel accused Teresa of dragging the show down with her fake connections and deceitful behavior. Rachel was clear about her stance, claiming Teresa's manufactured relationships with other housewives were a detriment to the show. According to Rachel, Teresa's behavior has been manipulative, and she hasn't hesitated to call out the issues publicly. The drama didn't stop there. The fallout from the season finale has left Melissa Gorga reflecting on the confrontations she faced, particularly when Teresa called her a whore in front of everyone. The finale was marked by an intense exchange of insults that left many viewers cringing. Melissa, while deeply offended, has chosen to move on from Teresa's harsh words. She declared that Teresa's comments would be the last she heard from her, a bold statement that has caught the attention of fans. Joe Gorga, Melissa's husband, didn't hold back on their podcast, where he expressed his disappointment with the current state of the show. He criticized the toxic environment and the behavior of some cast members, lamenting how far the show has deviated from its original intent of showcasing women getting along. Joe's candid remarks added fuel to the fire, suggesting that the show's dynamic has shifted dramatically, with more negativity than ever before. As for the future of the show, there's speculation about whether the current cast will continue as it is. Melissa has voiced her uncertainty about the direction of the show, reflecting on the significant changes and conflicts that have occurred throughout the season. She's committed to her family and values but is unsure if there's a path forward with the current group of women.
Dolores's annual charity softball game was a highlight of the season, but some familiar faces were conspicuously absent. Following the dramatic end to season 14, Dolores, ever the leader, rallied her co-stars and other housewives for a night of fun and philanthropy. The guest list was impressive, with Margaret Josephs, Rachel Fuda, Danielle Cabral, and Chanel Ayan in attendance to support Dolores. However, Teresa Giudice and Melissa Gorga were notably missing, seemingly enjoying a European getaway. Despite the absences, Rachel, who is expecting her third child, and Danielle were all smiles, sharing adorable snaps with castmates and fans. Dolores's ex, Frank Catania, made an appearance too, bringing along his friend Brittany Michigan, adding to the friendly atmosphere. With rumors swirling about a potential reboot or even cancellation of the show, fans are left wondering if this charity game might be one of the last big events we see from the current cast. For now, Dolores has shown once again that she knows how to bring the housewives together, even if a few key players are missing. The night wasn't about who wasn't there, but rather the presence of those who were. Rachel threw some serious shade at Teresa Giudice, criticizing her fake friendships with other housewives during a candid interview on an augmented reality podcast. Rachel accused Teresa of dragging the show down with her fake connections and called out her deceitful behavior. According to Rachel, Teresa was the one lying and attempting to hurt her family. Rachel's comments about Luis Ruelas and Teresa's relationships highlighted her frustration with the show's dynamics. Rachel's grievances weren't limited to Teresa. She questioned why Teresa was so fixated on her and addressed rumors about her pregnancy. Rachel defended herself, explaining that she had ethics and wasn't interested in engaging in petty drama. She described the encounter as hostile and expressed frustration over the invasive questions about her personal life. Despite the challenges, Rachel remains committed to maintaining her integrity and avoiding further conflict. Overall, the drama within the Real Housewives of New Jersey continues to unfold with intense confrontations and shifting alliances. As fans await the next chapter, the future of the show remains uncertain, but Dolores Catania's efforts to bring her co-stars together and the ongoing tensions promise that the ride is far from over.